Georges Monbiot is an author and environmentalist whose uncompromising opinions have seen him named as one of the 40 international prophets of the 21st century. I expect he's going to have some interesting comments to make on the present situation in our food industry.
How can we expect animals to be treated properly when farming's done on a huge scale? You've got now in North Carolina hog farms, pig farms, with 1 million pigs in them. As the scale of farming and production increases, necessarily the quality, the standards of animal welfare decrease. And now we've got the supermarkets trying to manipulate the entire system to make the lives of animals even more unnatural than before. For example, there's one superstore chain in Britain which is demanding spring lambs all around the year. And so sheep, which previously had slightly better animal welfare standards than most other animals because they're outside most of the time, are now going to be reared indoors intensively in the same way as pigs and broiler chickens. And this process is just getting worse and worse and worse, and it means that it's making it virtually impossible for us to ensure that the meat we buy comes from animals which have been treated well.
What about organic production? Is that the answer?
There's a great danger, I feel, that organic standards are being driven now by the superstores. The superstores are moving in, they're trying to take over, they're trying to reorient organic farming to suit them rather than the farmers and rather than the consumers. Let's look at the organic standards again, and let's make some stricter standards.
It's all a vicious circle. The people must have cheap food and plenty of it. Supermarkets and the large food chains insist on large profits. Small farmers and small producers are squeezed into oblivion. As a result, we have intensive production. And this, as we all know and prefer to ignore, leads to a pretty grim reality. Animals are forced to lead short, unnatural lives in overcrowded, dimly lit sheds, and are fed on the cheapest ingredients, sometimes of doubtful origin, bolstered by routine antibiotics and growth hormones. It's certainly not good for the animals, and it's probably not good for us either. The question I keep asking myself is whether we should be applying the cheap food mantra to products derived from animals. Melissa and Jonathan Ravenhill farm 70 acres near the Forest of Dean. The milk from their herd of 30 Frisian and Gloucester cattle goes to make their own range of Birdwood farmhouse cheeses, which they sell mostly at farmers' markets.
It became very obvious about 2 years ago that if we were going to survive as dairy farmers on this scale, we needed to really get our act together and increase the value of the milk, because it's such a small amount we produce. So we decided to concentrate on the cheese making. The individuality of these home-produced or hand-produced foods, it's so important to retain them. Supermarketing is such that food is standardised. It's extremely important to keep small businesses like ourselves going. I mean, for instance, if we decided to give up farming here, we've got 50 acres, this farm would become one field. We have about 8 fields here. We have all the hedges, ditches, ponds that go with that, all the tracks, so all the wildlife habitats, and we've got a lot of wildlife here. Now, if this was sold to an adjoining arable farmer, for argument's sake, it would just be one big field, because their machinery is so huge, economies of scale mean that they have to do the whole thing in one go.
Usually they're not very keen on strangers, you know. If I come out the field with they think, oh, that could be the vet, you know, and they're gone. they seem to take to people, you know. And they're gone, yeah.
There could be a sort of added value to a product that was made from milk where the calf had been kept with a mother for, say, 6 months. What do you think about that?
Well, it's possible. I mean, they do tend to hang on to their milk when they have got a calf, but what normally happens is when the calf's been sucking its mother for a week, they usually tend to stick to one teat. So you got the other 3, you could probably take the milk off the other 3 and get away with it, you know.
Yeah.
But and as far as the welfare side of it, well, the calves always do better on the mother.
And the mothers would be a bit happier, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
Have this
that's
morning.
right. Somebody described them to me once as faithful servants, which is what they are, really, you know. Faithful servants.
Yeah, and we're using them, and we should not abuse them.
That's right, yeah.
It's the morning rush hour in deepest sunset.
Now we're at, I forget the name of the farm, but we say this is the valley that time forgot, as you probably can gather. Have a little look round. Hello.
It's the cheese your mum wants to sell.
And where's your mum? Yeah, we'll film the cheese. Where is she?
She's not in at the moment. I'll have to
Well,
call her
no,
in.
you girls will have to help us. Come and meet Jaime. Do they get dangerous when they're bulls?
Well, they can do.
Come here, dogs. Come here.
But, you know, we haven't really had a problem. We've got one that's a little bit temperamental.
We're not going in his field, are we?
No, he's down at back.
Okay. Because we don't want to die.
Oh, you won't die. Not if you run fast enough.
What did she say? I thought she said, not if you run fast enough. It's not that I'm frightened exactly, just slightly nervous. Anyway, I'm not a very fast runner.
Where? Can you see the bull? Jaime, the bull's in the back there, the big beast. Is he dangerous? How do you know he's not dangerous? Jaime, you've got to get a bit closer than that. I'll be all right, I'll be here. Don't be frightened.
I've left Jaime walking backwards very fast with his camera and jogged back to the farm ahead of him.
Now try that, Robert.
Yeah, this is instead of mozzarella.
This is instead of mozzarella, because I don't believe we haven't got a real mozzarella culture in this country.
Does it melt like mozzarella?
It'll melt like mozzarella.
Very nice. What do you call that?
I call that fresh little yambors.
This is nice. Try that. These are little baby buffalo. Look at that. How old are they?
Those ones, they'll be 3-4 months old.
You don't keep them with the mother when after they've been after they're born. How long do they stay with their mother?
They stay long enough to get a suck of colostrum, you know, in order to lick them clean, that's all.